Bueno, sí, damas y caballeros, se me olvidaba que tengo que cambiar de micrófono porque tenemos invitados ya aquí en nuestros estudios en la mañana de hoy. Pero antes de comenzar con nuestra entrevista de esta mañana, que es muy interesante, tenemos temperaturas en Lancaster de 70 grados, 65 grados en York. Les recordamos que las altas del día de hoy en los 80 bajos, sin lluvia, cielos parcialmente soleados, así que lentes de sol. Y hoy,
agradable.
Les estoy diciendo yo hoy, no tienen que sacar el paraguas, ojalá no me equivoque en cuanto a esa recomendación. Well, we have here two guests, and I've been calling you guys Justin and Michael, and I did not get your last names, guys, before we started.
I'm Justin Rule.
Justin Rule, and we have Michael.
Michael Leon.
Michael Leon. You're both coming from La Academia's summer program. Justin, why don't you help us out first and tell us a little bit about what the program is? What is it that we're about to hear from Michael in terms of a great accomplishment during the...
Sure. La Academia is a summer program where students can come and either participate in enrichments and explore some creative arts, or actually get some credits back from school and move further towards graduation. So I work with Heads Up, which is an organization that helps students unlock those creative gifts, and so we partnered with La Academia this summer to help some of the students do a creative project and learn.
When you're talking about creative gifts, what specifically are you talking?
So Heads Up, we're a network of artists right here in our city, people that do music production, breakdancing, junkyard drumming, and mural arts, all these creative things. So we brought our junkyard drummers, our videographers, and some of our music recording arts to La Academia.
What's your specific field of the arts as an instructor for the kids?
Myself, I work on the videography side, and I actually do a magic class too with the kids to teach them magic tricks and public speaking.
So this is about. It sounds like this program is about unleashing the less known side.
Yes, exactly.
Because a lot of times when we think about creative, we think about here's a paintbrush and a piece of paper or a canvas and whatever and paint something.
Right.
But this is really going further out and say, you know what, creativity is greater than that.
It is, and there's artists in this city that do incredible stuff that may not make it to the main street, maybe on the big event day, but they're doing stuff just as important for our youth, just as exciting for our city. So we try and elevate those things.
One question, junkyard drumming is with the pails?
Yeah, with the buckets.
Buckets and
buckets,
all
yeah.
that stuff. That sounds, it's very interesting.
Yeah, because I've seen some phenomenal junkyard drummers.
The Blue Man Band is basically
yeah.
junkyard drummers.
But I'm talking about in like Washington, D.C. or other cities where they set up in bank parking lots and after they're closed, and they just go, I mean, they're creative.
It's a concert.
Yeah.
That's our inspiration. And we should put them to task. We should put them to a little challenge sometimes because our junkyard drummers at La Academia.
Well, we could probably set them up here and have something going on. So Michael, tell me, it's we're right in the, let's say the middle of summer, right? And so by this time we're talking about outcomes. What made you want to participate in this program, and what's exciting? What are you getting out of this?
What I'm getting out of this summer program is if I do this every summer, I get credits for my 12th grade year. So when I'm a senior, I'll already have my first year of
What grade are you in?
college.
You look so young.
I'm going to 9th grade.
9th grade. So how old are you now?
I'm 13.
13. Okay. Yes.
He is young.
Michael, he is young. You're pretty tall for you, so it's really tough to try to figure out, how old are you or where you are. But it's so incredible to hear a 13-year-old talking already about 12th grade.
Yeah.
So I mean, you
have a
Michael
plan.
you are talking about your future. You guys are helping our youth think beyond what they're living today, and that is inspiring. What you just said is inspiring to me, that you're talking about your 12th grade credits for your senior year when you're 13 and you're going into 9th grade is really incredible. So you're getting those credits, but in the process of getting those credits, what are you getting that makes you think of yourself as a better person and be a better person to others? What's happening there?
What's happening is I'm with everybody in the school here that I already know, so I'm comfortable in summer school, and I'm with a lot of nice people, doing a lot of nice programs like video class. We're making videos, we're making short projects, we're interviewing people. There's water kata, which is like basically like meditating or something. I don't know. You go over to the park, and then you can play basketball. There's science. You do a lot of experiments. Made ice cream the other day.
Now, the basic question, is it fun?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. So you're doing all these things. You're talking about science. You're talking about a bunch of things that you're doing, but at the same time, you're having a fun time with friends and people that you like all together. So
They produced a video.
specifically, that is a fantastic part. Tell me, once let's talk to Justin. So you guys have all these stuff happening all together, and you decide to bring them all together into one. And
Yeah, so we showed up at the school and we met with all the kids from our class and said, here's the thing we could do, but who are you guys and what do you really want to do? So we had an idea of maybe producing a video, but producing a music video it's much more complicated than just, all right, here's a camera, dance around and let's edit it to make it work. So we wrote on the first day, like our favorite foods, we wrote, what we love and what we're not really great at. And we sat back and said, it would be really funny? What if we did a video that flips and most people are all bragging about themselves when they do music videos? What if we talked about and made a really funny video about the things we're not good at and how nobody in this world is perfect? Mm-hmm. And so the kids started, and Michael had written baseball up on the board, and another girl had written about how she can't focus, and one wrote about, I'm not good at being short. So we were like, oh man, this could be so funny. Mm-hmm. So they wrote their own lyrics. They went to the studio, Solus Recording Studios with Giovanni Ramos, and they recorded their own song off the bat. And then once we had that song, then they learned what it was like to make a music video. And what's it like? What's it like, Michael?
It's not fun. There's a lot of stuff.
It's hard work.
I had to run around that baseball field at least like 10 times.
So tell me, what flaw about yourself did you talk about the video? What if we watch the video, what do we learn about Michael in the video?
I talked about me not being good at baseball, can't hit the ball, all that stuff. Like, I don't like the game, it's absurd. My coaches are telling me to do stuff I don't know what they're talking about, stuff like that.
So we get to know a side of you. If we started this interview and I said, wow, here's the perfect kid. He's talking about 12th grade already. And then all of a sudden I watch the video and I see your human side. I say, wait a minute, not everyone's perfect. I mean, he might be really applying himself on this, but here it is. He's letting me know about something that he's not.
It's like when you go to a job interview and they ask, what are your greatest points? What are your weaknesses? And you're like, So you already got a few that you can list down.
Yeah, well, it's not only that. It prepares you to what life really is, because not everyone's going to be asking you all the time, what is it that you're good at? And I would have to say that a great sign of an intelligent person, when someone's smart, when someone can really say, I don't know. Yeah. Why don't you, one of the beauties, I think that the great example is a medical doctor. When you have something that a doctor doesn't know, the good doctor will say, you know what, I'm going to refer you to someone else because I don't know. Yeah. What it is, and they give you a referral, and that doctor is saying, I don't know, I'm going to send you to someone that knows, and that is a sign of a person that really is smart.
Yeah.
So how many kids were involved in the production?
We involved maybe 20 or 30 students throughout the summer program in it, but
which is more or less what a production crew is like, right?
Right. The forerunners that composed the song, that created it, were the 4 students that were there every day working on the videography class. So they're the ones that kind of brainchilded it. I was just thinking as you were talking of the line. One of the lines in the chorus is, "No one in this world is good at everything, but flip that frown, look around, we have gifts that we can bring." And it's that idea of like realizing, you're exactly right, who's gifted in what. And then it goes on to say that, I'm not perfect, but that's what makes you and me family. And so it's...
And this is lyrics that they wrote, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, do we have the video? Did you bring it with you guys?
We did. It's on YouTube, too. We brought Yeah, so it's on YouTube if they look up I'm Not Perfect Lacademia.
I'm going to at least play in the background
Yeah,
here.
I have the MP3 of the song if you want to hear that. I mean, we could play that.
Give me that, and while we talk, I'm gonna start downloading it here. We have to at least listen to the lyrics of the song.
Definitely.
So tell me, it's pretty exciting to me because I'm a photographer. So when I hear that there's kids working with, anything related to photography, which videography is.
And I've done
it's an incredible thing.
TV production, and you really got to work with a crew.
Yeah.
It's not one person.
No, you're right.
And you got to depend on other folks. You got to have faith in other folks, and sometimes you got to kick some folks in the rear end to shore up their end, so that everybody's in the same place.
We're gonna listen to the song here, if you guys don't mind, and let's just have a bit of a pause here.
Sometimes it makes me mad. I'm good at many things, but there's one thing I am bad. I can't stay focused. I just can't. Try to think about school, but all I think is dance. Taking an exam, my brain is on the go. What's for lunch today? Is it gonna rain tomorrow? Hold up, take a selfie. The bell rang, shoot. OMG, that boy is really cute. Daniela, what was I talking about? It's not my fault, my mind is busy. Ideas try to get out. How many likes on Facebook? On my latest picture. Trying to think straight is like distilling a mixture. No one in this world is good at everything. Not your mama or Obama or LeBron. It's two rings. I said no one in this world is good at everything. Flip that around and look around. We got gifts that we can bring.
Well, guys, that is we have it there in the background, really low. So this is not the final cut, right?
Yeah,
this is not even the final.
Go to YouTube.
It's on there. It's on there. It's out there. The one I popped on the flash drive is the final.
But this is sounds like
Sounds good.
anything that would come from a New York studio, from an LA studio, anywhere.
Well, Lancaster has some good studios too.
There you go.
If you know about music,
Yeah.
Lancaster has become a place where
did
people
you
come
record
to
this again?
We recorded it at Solus Recording Studios, which is in the lower level of the Mulberry Art Studio, run by Giovanni Ramos.
Okay.
And tell them how long it took them, because I think maybe people out there are thinking that we spent 2 months doing this, because it's the middle of summer. I don't know how long.
It took only about like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, we recorded it in our first week, and then our rough draft, that one that you were just listening to, and then our second week we recorded it for real at the studio, and then what really took long was the video itself, like getting all of our clips,
editing. Well, producing all the
and then
different take.
Making them, you have to bring the video so that maybe tomorrow or Friday we can include it in our program and have it there, because this is great.
And they learned with Rod Groff is the videographer that works with Heads Up, and was there every day helping them capture and produce and learning the edit. So the cool thing is, Michael's been on every side, right? Because he wrote lyrics, and he went to the studio and recorded lyrics. Then he was an actor in the music video being played out. But then he's also behind the camera, right? Helping hold the cameras. And then the class worked on saying, hey, I think that edit should be like this, or like that, or this transition.
Now, Michael, what do you think out of you have done right now a bunch of things that, combined, I'm sure you've done some of them. I've done some of them. You've done some of them. But combined, we haven't done all of the things that you have already done all together. Okay, I've been in front of the microphone, but believe me, I haven't been in front of the microphone singing, and certainly not singing about myself, and all those things. What do you think that you can take out and say in the future? I might apply this. I might use this. What's your take on that?
I don't really understand the question, but
Probably I talk too much, which is one of my problems. That if I was singing this, I would say I talk too much.
We can do some good edits on that with you in the studio.
but no, what do you think that you have discovered something that you're good at and that maybe this is what you're going to do for work in the future?
well, I kind of like doing this right here in front of the microphone at the 91.3. Kind of like this. I think I might want to work here.
Well, there you go.
Kind of fun.
we'll, you know what? Anytime we'll give you.
But like I said, I mean,
Be here tomorrow at 6 a.m.
to produce a video or anything, it's teamwork, and you got to learn how to work with people. If and that's a skill.
It's a skill
that survives the rest of your life. And if you're learning that now, that's great, because anywhere you go, you got to work with other people. And particularly in creative pursuits. And then sometimes they're creative people that are a little nutsy. And how do you temper that?
Yeah.
And
not only in creative, but suppose that government and all these things.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked in production, but I worked in places where I couldn't touch a camera because of the unions.
Yeah.
I couldn't touch the editor because of the unions. So I had to convince the director where to make the edits, hoping that he would do it exactly and precisely where I wanted them. And that was a relationship, because if I pissed him off, then you know where my edits went, not where I wanted them.
Not where you wanted them. So
But that's an important thing to learn.
And when you watch Michael in the video, what stands out is, so we were going around. The one day we went down to Central Market and we went by all these different people. It was the day they were setting up for Celebrate Lancaster. And Michael, so this is the first time they're on the street, first time with cameras. They're introducing their video to the world so that they could be a part of it. So they're going up to the bread man at Central Market saying, hey, we wanted you in our video just to say no one in this world is good at everything. So can you cut your bread and say that on cue to this music? They had to introduce themselves and talk about
and
this.
convince people to be part of the talent on the video.
Which you'll see. And so Michael, the funny part is, if you watch, you'll see. I mean, in every shot, Michael's the guy in the background, he's just totally hammered. He's just totally being goofy, which actually helps those people get energy and confidence. His
I mean, if you're willing,
contribution
usually if you're willing to make fun of yourself, other people come in with you and do it with.
No, and to like off the cuff approach people and have them do something when they're in the middle of setting up, that they could say, the hell with you, or, you know what? Yeah, I'll do it.
There's someone right now making millions of dollars with what you guys just did. Pharrell's video "Happy" is basically that.
That's right.
Okay? He just went out there and there were a bunch of people dancing to the song out in the streets and having a good time. There are people that with what you learn are making, I mean, not everyone is going to be a superstar and become that person, but there's people that there are a lot of people that helped in that video that are making a comfortable living because of what they're doing and because of things that you learn. And it doesn't mean that all of us are going to be the multi-million superstar, but certainly if you can make a living doing something that you love, you're way ahead than most people that go to work and dread having to go to work. So maybe you have found something here that is exactly that.
I'm gonna give a shout out to your other classmates.
Daniela, Yadira, and Nate. They're also the ones that help with
Their
the
last
video.
names.
Oh,
Do you remember?
I think Daniela's last name is Tejada. Yeah. Nate's last name is Saez, and Yadira's last name is Soto.
Okay.
So
A shout out to
to them, and you might not be here. I know that it was a difficult thing trying to pick who was going to represent the whole group, but I think that you hit a home run. No pun intended. You hit a home run because you apparently were involved in all the whole process.
And it's important for these types of programs to expose kids to options that they never considered before. and maybe next summer might be exposed to something else.
Yeah.
And as you said, Jose, they might pick up an interest in something that really they could build on and build a career around or business around that they had never even thought about or have been exposed to.
Look, no matter how much I want to do video, I mean, one of the biggest, the most prohibitive things is that $10,000 camera.
Yeah.
Okay, that the $5,000, $7,000 worth of lighting equipment, microphones, and all that stuff. That unless you get this type of exposure, it's not gonna happen.
Right.
And it's not gonna happen to kids in the city of Lancaster, and it's not gonna happen to kids probably in Hempfield or anyone else if they're not adults like you guys that are willing to say, let me give you the chance and the opportunity.
And that's why we go to their schools and in their own neighborhoods too, because even in this somewhat small city of Lancaster, you know how it is. If I was trying to take someone from L'Academia on St. Anne Street and say, oh, well, my studio's over here on, West Orange Street, that's still not going to happen, that they're going to necessarily be able to come to me every day. Transportation. So that's why we come and meet them in their school and bring the cameras. Like when you see this film, it's incredible what they produced with two cameras, a single lens reflex and a GoPro, and a $50 mic off Amazon. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. And to have people like Giovanni Ramos and Solis Studios here in the city that aren't saying, hey, you know what, my hourly rate is going to be $250 for an hour for a recording. Like people that are saying, no, I've been given my talent to help
I'm
share.
going to share.
And to take people like Michael to realize, you know what, I really like writing lyrics or being in front of a microphone. Maybe I'm not going to be a biologist sitting in a lab just testing samples. And it helps curb and shape.
Or maybe I'm going to be a biologist in the lab that in evenings I'm going to be able to go out and sing and have this passion. You discover your passions and you realize that you can make that happen. Michael, Justin, thanks so much for being here with us this morning.
Definitely, yeah.
I'm going to go to a pause, but I know that it's not the final cut, guys, but I am going to play it again during our brief break here and be able to have fun with this song that you guys put together. So I am not perfect, and wait a minute, I have it here. Perfect is spelled PERFIKT.
That's a joke we put on there.
Okay, people. So
and you can find it on YouTube.
You can find it on YouTube. I'm Not Perfect, L'Academia in YouTube. And here is the unfinished cut.